It is the number one most hated, despised, or feared skill in the entrepreneurship journey. And yet, by the year 2000, 93% of first generation millionaires that had ever been created had to pass through this particular step and probably actually even master it to the point that they started loving it. And that skill is called cold calling. If you hate cold calling, chances are you don't understand it, and definitely you fear it. And there is a deep mindset reason why actually you hate it or fear it. I want to clear that mindset reason for you today, and then I want to go ahead and talk to you about the two simple ways in which you can start to get mastery over the cold calling skill, and the 5 ways in which you can make every single cold call work to your advantage. You start finally loving this particular skill that still today has the highest possible chance of helping you become a multi-millionaire. If you have not mastered this skill, then you are missing it, regardless of how much digital funnels and Facebook ads and stuff like that you run. If you have not mastered the art of the cold call, you will have a very, very difficult journey becoming a millionaire. And even if you do become a millionaire or billionaire, this skill is going to keep haunting you. You probably stand to lose your millions one day. It's a very deep warning I'm giving you. If you don't master this skill, you will never be safe in the entrepreneurship industry. So with that, let's get started on how to become a master at cold calling. The first thing I want to discuss is the deep mindset thing that makes cold calling a feared or a hated kind of an activity. And that is that when we actually walk into the entrepreneurship journey, if you're trying to become a salesperson or something, the deep problem that we have, especially if you've come from the job industry, if you've come from the educated middle class industry, that you want people to like you, because applying for a job, some people have to like you in order to give you a job. And when you're in a job, your manager or your coworkers have to like you so that you keep getting promoted. And the whole awareness of life in the educated middle class segment or the employee segment is all about getting liked. If you are not liked, if you're not accepted, you don't get anything in life, whether it is salary, whether it is growth, whether it is a good spouse and social acceptance and things like that. And this is the number one reason why people don't like cold calling, is because cold calling is going to constantly put you in a place where neither are you liked, nor are you accepted, nor are you invited, nor are you welcome. Okay. And yet, if you master the cold call segment, it is the single biggest skill. Leave aside all this digital and all of these things that are running around in the market today. If you cannot cold call, you will neither be able to make wealth, nor will you be able to hold on to wealth. Very, very simple. So the first mindset thing that I want to break for you is, the job of the cold call is not to help you to get liked or accepted, although you may think so. Hey, I'm calling somebody out of turn, probably they don't even know who I am, so I need to be liked and accepted by them. And the answer is no. In entrepreneurship, you don't need to be liked or accepted at any of the stages, and in the cold call, definitely. Regardless of what you do in the cold call, people are not going to like you, accept you, or welcome you, and that is okay. The job of the cold call is very, very simple: to find a particular need, get the prospect to agree to the need, get to the place where you agree to a next action. And that, my friend, is the first mindset hack. So let me just quickly share my screen, and I want to quickly point out the first big mistake in cold calling or in entrepreneurship is wanting to be liked or accepted. If you have this deep problem inside you, man, you're never going to be good at sales. Sales is all about not worrying about whether people like you or not. In fact, the people that you think are going to like you or not like you, most of them don't even think about you. And that is a big liberating factor in sales. Think about, what is the last product you probably ordered on Amazon? Do you remember the company that supplied that product, the actual supplier company? No. Think about what you ordered last on Swiggy or Zomato. What was the actual name of the restaurant that you ordered from? The answer is you probably don't remember. And the big relieving factor in sales is that most people don't even think about you. You don't exist. And the faster you can get used to this fact and start making this a part of your personality, the bigger and better you're going to be at sales. Most people that buy from you don't really care about you, and they don't need to care about you. They don't need to like you. They don't dislike you. It doesn't matter, because they don't think about you. You don't exist. Okay. So wanting to be liked or accepted is the number one reason you have been unable to master the cold call. The second big reason is that trying to do sales on a cold call is a big fallacy. Now, I understand whatever product you're selling, you're probably your mentor or whoever your upline as is, they have probably taught you that the sale is not really possible on the cold call. The job of the cold call is only to just find the need, get the prospect to agree on the need, get to a next action point where the sale can be made possible in the next meeting, in the next action that you're going to take. So just this should be a relieving factor for you, because you're really not going to get a sale on a cold call anyway. So don't need to pressurize yourself. Hey man, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Nothing is going to happen. Even if you become 100% the number one cold calling expert in the whole planet, you're never going to be making sales on the actual cold call. Only scammers ask for money on cold calls. So no money is going to be exchanged. So that should be a relieving factor, man. You don't stand to lose any money over here, but there is no chance to actually make a sale. The only job of a cold call is to find the need, get the prospect to agree to next action, okay, next meeting, whatever it is, okay. So the two big mistakes are trying to make sales on the cold call. Definitely the first one is wanting to be liked and accepted. If you can get free of this, I want you to truly get free and just relax and enjoy the rest of your journey in the cold calling industry. Okay, just to give you perspective, my name is Dr. Rajat Sinha. I'm a medical doctor turned product selling expert, and the first job that I did when I quit my hospital job was a cold calling job. And funny thing, when I applied for that job, a lot of people in the industry would not apply for these jobs because they didn't like that fact. And I was surprised, because all you had to sit is sit in an AC room. Phone numbers would be given to you. Just had to call them and talk to them. Okay, and people just didn't want to do that. I loved that job because along with my medical career, I'd been developing a health coaching, health product selling business in network marketing format, and I had to find the leads myself and get them to come to a meeting. All of this I had to do myself. And so when I found this cold calling job where the database is right there, you just had to sit in the AC all day long and just call these guys. You get paid. I was surprised other people are not applying for the job. You just get paid to do this job, and if you're able to be very good at this job and try to get some results or something, they're going to pay you even more in commissions. I was surprised. People don't apply for this job. Can you believe this? Okay, no qualifications required. All you have to do is just dial a couple of hundred numbers a day and just repeat a sales script that they're going to give you. And if you are able to do well, guess what? They're going to pay you even more than your salary. In fact, by the end of probably 1 or 2 months in that job, I was making 2x in my salary in commissions. So if my salary was 1x, I was making 2x of my salary on top, thus tripling my total take-home income just in commissions. It was amazing, unbelievable. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the next thing. I'm going to be talking about 5 different things that you can do, technically speaking, that are going to make any cold call a breeze. Okay. After the first 2 mindset items, let's just go to the next 5 items, which is 5 points, which are going to make every cold call a breeze. All right. The first secret is energy. The first secret in any sales interaction is energy. When people meet you or when they hear from you, etc., your energy level should be higher. When I say energy level, don't be one of these crazy gorillas on the call. You're not really connected with yourself. You're not really connected to the interaction. You're just pouring energy into the call just because you're too scared. There are a lot of salespeople like that who kind of push unneeded energy on a sales call. I don't want you to be a crazy gorilla. But at the end of the day, when you call people, your energy should be higher than them so that you clearly are the leader of the interaction. The only reason you should have higher energy than the prospects, the prospects want to meet people who are higher energy than themselves, and prospects love to kind of give up control to a person who's clearly the leader. Everybody secretly wants to be led. Okay, especially in the areas where you're going to be making sales, prospects have problems and they would love to hand over those problems to a specialist who's clearly the leader. So start demonstrating that. Okay, how do you increase energy on the call? How do you increase energy on the call? First of all, speak 30% louder than normal. Speak 30% louder than normal, whatever it is, just speak louder than normal. I remember when I was first started making videos for digital marketing to run my own ads, I would speak so slowly because I would be worried about what people are going to think. My neighbors are probably going to hear me at that volume level and they're going to be laughing at what I'm doing. Really funny, because everybody else wants to be you. If you're an entrepreneur, everybody wants to be you. If you're a salesperson, everybody secretly wants to be good at sales. Everybody wants more money, and the number one way to make more money is to be good at sales. Everybody wants more money. Everybody secretly wants to be you. Just speak 30% louder than normal, especially if you're in an environment where you're working in a company or where you're in a room full of other people who are also making cold calls. You will love this. Just drop the energy, speak 30% louder than normal on a cold call. More importantly, your prospects may be picking up the call. They may be in a train, they may be in a bus, they may be in a noisy location. So you just want to make sure that you're coming across clearly to them. If they are at home, no problem. Your higher energy, higher volume is going to grab their attention. That's what you want. Okay. Second thing, be smiling when you make the call because it shows up on the call. When you're smiling when you're calling, it shows up on the call. Also, if the prospect is not very receptive, they say something nasty to you or something, it'll help just slide that off your back. But if you're not smiling, if you're yourself in a tension state, then everything else is going to go wrong from this. Just be relaxed, be smiling. If possible, if you can do it, when you make cold calls, speak standing up. Speak standing up. Okay, even if you're in a company situation where you're an employee, you're on a room full of other cold callers, it's okay. I've done these jobs myself. Pretty much stand up and make calls, nobody minds. And you will realize that your that diaphragmatic breathing kicks in, and you just sound more authoritative if you're standing up and speaking on the phone. Okay, so those are the three little secrets on how you can increase energy on the cold call. In the first 2 or 3 seconds of the cold call, the prospect must hear, subconsciously know that they're speaking to a master. Okay, or a lady, mistress, master. Okay, so if you're a lady, yeah, same thing applies to you. All right, cool. Next, what is the next point on how to get a mastery over the cold call? Second, familiarity. When you open the call, please do not open like a salesperson. A lot of salespeople, they open a call and they say, "Hi, am I speaking with Rajat Sinha?" Dude, that's a cold call. Okay, I'm not even interested. Like the moment somebody says, "Am I speaking to Rajat Sinha?" Even if I'm interested in what they have to sell, they're gonna take so much time trying to explain to me what they have to sell that it's gonna be a waste of my time. So if somebody cannot professionally open a call so that I feel I'm in the presence of a master, then I don't want to talk to them anyway. Although I know deep inside, hey, whatever they're offering, maybe I do need it or whatever. Okay, don't open calls like this. Am I speaking to so and so? If you're calling somebody on your cell phone these days, it's all personal phones. There is no problem. You're not calling home phones or anything like that we used to do back in the day. But the way to open a cold call is with familiarity. Okay, and the way I do it, and I've seen masters do it, other people who do cold call to me, is just say, "Hi Rajat," whatever the prospect is. "Hi Pankaj," and just pause. Or the way I do it is I just say Pankaj and I just pause, and it just grabs their attention. Like who else is going to call them that? Who their first name or whatever. "Hi, am I speaking to Pankaj?" No, nobody, no, nobody wants that call. "Hi Pankaj," smiling. Or I just say, the way I do it is I just use their first name and I just pause. I say Pankaj, and that's it. The only thing anybody can say to that is, "Yes, who's this?" Okay, that's what you want. Okay, so the way to open a cold call is use a familiar tone as if you're their childhood friend who's calling them. All right, next, third point, trigger reference. How do you increase? Once you get that familiarity open, you got 1 second. You literally got 1 second after they say, "Who's this?" 1 second. Use that 1 second to maximum deadly impact. Okay, and we do that using something called a trigger reference. Now I've got a much bigger PowerPoint training on this on my YouTube channel. Just go ahead and watch that training. Just search for it or something, or we'll link it over here. But I've got a longer training which talks about what is a trigger reference. Trigger reference is referring to a previous conversation you may have had with them, or if they've come through a Facebook ad or something, you can just refer to that. Or what you can do is you can use a 3 keyword trigger reference yourself. Let me just open this up. If you have any past connection point with this person, which means they came through a Facebook ad, or you have met them before, if you're doing field cold calling or cold contacting, then they probably met you before where you exchange business cards. Or even better, if you're calling ice cold on a list that has been provided by a company or something like that, then what you want to do is you want to hit 2 to 3 keywords in the first 1 to 2 seconds. So you say Pankaj, they say, "Who's this?" And you say, "I'm calling about your requirement for, let us say you're a health coach or something. You are interested in weight loss, blood sugar, cholesterol, and that's why I'm calling you." Okay, so you're gonna have 2 to 3 keywords of that particular industry. You don't know if you're calling ice cold, you don't know what you're calling for, right? So you're gonna be like, "I'm calling for uh, weight loss. You are interested in weight loss, blood sugar, cholesterol. Do you have that problem, or somebody in your family has that problem?" Okay, just very simply come to the point. The answer is yes or no. They're gonna say yes or no. Okay, if at this point they say, "I'm not interested," they cut the phone. That's fine. You've done the best you could. It's not personal. They're not interested in what you have to offer. Done. Okay, the biggest issue is people have these long forms of explaining who they are because they're trying to earn time on the call so that they can come to the point. And while they have to earn time on the call, they're wasting that very same time that they have earned. Most cold callers go about in a roundabout fashion. I'm calling from so and so company, and basically we are come straight to the point, man. Okay, I get some cold calls from real estate agents because I have a flat up for rent, and they come straight to the point. They're like, "You have a flat in this particular society. Is it up for rent?" And I say, "Don't call me again, man. I don't want to talk to you again." That's fine, man. It's just literally like 6 seconds. Job is done. Okay, if I was looking to put up my flat on rent or something, I would definitely talk to them because guess what? They're talking about putting money in my pocket. Very simple. Okay, very simple. It's not personal, be direct. Okay, now if you have met them before, exchange business cards in a previous meeting or something like that, you met them in the marketplace or something like that, you want to refer to that. You say, hey man, remember I met you over there, you said you had a problem with so and so, are you still looking? If it's a friend of yours, you say, hey man, remember we met the other day, you're saying you have a problem with so and so, are you still looking? Okay, that's a trigger reference. They have referred to something in the past which you're coming to. If they've come through a Facebook lead, hey man, yesterday at 12:30 p.m. you actually gave us your name, email, phone number after watching our ad on insurance or something like that, whatever it is that you're selling. Okay, so just give them the trigger reference as quick as possible, and you want to do that as soon as you open within the first 2 seconds. Okay, so you've got energy, familiarity, and then trigger reference. What's the next point? Embedding the hook. Now assuming they say yes, what is it that you're offering? You got to start embedding the hook. Okay, again you have 5 to 6 seconds max. Okay, so you're going to say, if somebody says, yeah, I'm interested in, let's say, more income options. Were you interested in more income options? Yeah, what do you have to offer? I'm not going to invest money or something like that. Okay, something happens. Then you directly embed the hook. You say, what are you doing right now? Are you in a job or a business? They'll say, I'm in a job. Okay, are you close to retirement or are you mid-career? They'll say, I'm mid-career. Okay, do you want to start something do you want to invest your money, passive income? Do you want to start a side hustle? Okay, simple. This is like almost like a chatbot giving you options 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Give 1 to 2 options, 1 to 2 options, 1 to 2 options to drive 3 levels deep. And as soon as they say yes, whatever the answer they give, you embed the hook by giving them a voice tone which says as if you have finally found the right person to help. So you say, okay, I understood what your problem is. Hey, let's set up a time to meet. I think I have something for you. Let's set up a time. When can we meet on Zoom? Or whatever your next action point is. Remember, the job of the cold call is to drive the person from the opening all the way to a next action point. That's it. You're not going to do any selling, no relationship building, no explaining, no talking, no wasting time. Okay, I think I understand what your problem is. Hey man, when can we talk together on Zoom? I think I can show you something that's going to solve your problem. Okay. Hey man, you were interested in weight loss, diabetes, cholesterol. Well, who are you? Where are you calling from? I am the guy who fixes your weight loss, diabetes, cholesterol. Do you have any of this problem in your family? Are you looking for a family member for yourself? They say, yeah, actually my spouse has diabetes. Okay, perfect. What is the age of your spouse? Are they in their 20s, in their 40s, in their 60s? They'll say, oh, they're in their 40s. Okay, great. Have they had the problem for more than 5 years, less than 5 years? They'll say, oh, for more than 5 years. Okay, are they on insulin or are they on oral hypoglycemic? They'll say, oh, they are on oral hypoglycemics, but the doctor said we may need to. Perfect. 6 seconds have passed. You say, I think I understand what your problem is. I think I can help you. Listen, what's a good time for us to connect on Zoom? Simple. Next action. What's a good time for us to connect on Zoom or for you to come? We meet us, whatever it is. What's a good time to connect on Zoom? They'll say, Tuesday evening or tonight I'll reach home by 8 o'clock, by 8:30. Great. I'm going to send you a Zoom link via SMS and we'll meet. Okay, done, finished. Okay. Even if you have not been able to get into which company you represent, who are you, etc., no problem, man. Hey, who are you exactly? You say, well, you'd come through our Facebook ads. That's why I'm calling you. Let's meet today at 8:30. Done, finished. Okay, no more familiarity, no more relationship building, no more Q&A, nothing. Simple. Okay, very simple. They don't have to like you. You don't have to like them. It is business. Save their time. They want to save their time. Nobody wants to waste time. If you're saving their time, then even if they say no, not interested, perfect. You did them the biggest favor by closing out the matter in 5, 6, 7 seconds max. Okay, it's not personal. Nobody ever gets 100% conversion on their core calls. In fact, the best in the best in the best of the best get less than 50% conversion. Okay, if you get 30% conversion into a next meeting, good, you're amazing, you're world class. Okay, and these are the things that make you world class. All right, embedding the hook. And the next thing is pushing for commit. Okay, so these are the two big mistakes. The biggest mistake is wanting to be liked and accepted. The biggest mistake in life, actually, not in sales, not in cold calling. It is the biggest mistake in life is to wanting to be liked or accepted. It has nothing to do with your success rate. Second thing, trying to push for a sales on a cold call, very bad, very scammy. And then the 5 ways: energy, familiarity, trigger reference, embed the hook, and push for commit. The 5 ways to actually do a cold call professionally. Okay, just check out my previous video also. I'll have my team link it. And then with these two lessons, you're pretty much in the top 2% of all cold calling people. Just to give you perspective, I was able to become very, very successful in cold calling, and I've built a career on lead generation and sales. Today I'm a sales expert, and at Startuprat we are able to help people, even if they're in a new business, new entrepreneurship, solopreneurship, to go all the way to their first 5 lakh, 10 lakh rupees a month within the first 12 to 24 months. Okay, so check us out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Please write a comment what video you'd like me to make in the next in my next video. I'll be happy to make that for you. Till that time, look forward to seeing you, man. Bye bye.